Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí muy bien. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí muy bien. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí muy bien. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí muy bien. Hola a todos, mi
Hey,
nombre es
Fenn
Forrest.
Treasure Hunter.
Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí
Yeah.
muy bien. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Forrest. Escondí un tesoro y lo escondí muy bien.
All right.
Hola a todos, mi
So,
nombre es Forrest. Escondí un
yeah, that's
tesoro
a
y lo
cool
escondí
picture. I love
muy
that one.
bien.
I've processed it through all kinds of different things, and it always comes out with that face and all them other faces on it. It's awesome, and it's 14,000 years old. People don't realize it. Archaeology was Forrest Fenn's favorite pastime. It wasn't art dealing and all that. It was the archaeology and exploring the arrowhead and finding these messages, timeless messages that have been left thousands of years ago. And I found some statements that he made on like one. It was. It says here it was 11/2/2014. I think that was that a Moby Dickens or something? Uh 11/2/14. Yeah, that was one of them early interviews or something. But he was talking what was he talking about? Oh, he's talking about his foundry in Santa Fe and stuff. And he said when our foundry in Santa Fe was running full speed in the early 70s, working in the pouring room was frenzied. Molten bronze was 2,000 degrees hot and scary. And, and the angst of spilling some on my toes made my pulse quicken some and my eyes stay wide. Okay, now if your eyes are wide, at night, no, you're gonna see more things. Is in this art, because your dilated eye sees a lot more than your undilated eye. Okay, in the angst of spilling some after work, it was time to play and unwind. A favorite hobby was making art jewelry. My repertoire included chains, kachina figures, crosses, bracelets, pendants made from spilled bronze droplets, and whatever else I could think of. Um, all I needed was a roll of baling wire, some cement nails, and a few welding rods, and an acetylene torch and a jar of flux. That's all. When visitors looked at my work and squinched, I'd tell them I was going through my midlife avant grade art period. Okay, now here's comes the important, after this sentence. Okay, men especially didn't like my stuff until I gave their wives a necklace or some earring. Then suddenly I was their hero, and everybody loved my boundless talent. I learned enough about human nature doing those things that I thought some small college in Colorado would give me an honorary PhD in anthropology or physiology, but they didn't. Okay, now how does making art, creating art and crafts qualify, give you a PhD in anthropology? And it's a small college in Colorado. his excavation was in New Mexico. Why wouldn't a small college in New Mexico give him the honorary PhD unless there was something much more important that he found in Colorado that would need to be that would be ending up at the Colorado Museum of Nature and Science and things like that. So he's obviously probably gone to a college professor up here in Colorado and couldn't get them to agree that this was a true site, like I've run into with the Forest Service archaeologist who's just a you know government programmed college student, basically that's not going to admit to anything, even if you showed him a gold statue. Oh no, that's you're imagining that. Okay, well, I'll take it with me then. Okay, so there's that one. I thought that some small college in Colorado would give me an honorary PhD in anthropology or physiology. Now, boom, and I know the anthropologist here at the university, and he's got some groundbreaking stuff on the 130,000-year-old mammoth with human tools. 130,000 years old. And this is a guy that looks at my pictures and says, "Wow, wow, I like it, I like it, I like it. Nice, 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 great." Everything was great, nice, ooh, wonderful, cool. So he sees it and he knows it's there, and he's going to be having field trips with his students, I'm sure, or sending some up there to research some stuff. I've got a rock that I suspect is a stucco-like physiology. Yeah, physiology. Yeah, he says physiology. Anthropology or physiology. Okay. So, but, physiology, physics, um, but psychophysiology, maybe. Speaking of psychos, man, that was one. I mean, that if that thing wasn't targeted at the fanatic last night, the thing from the guy called Blaze of Glory, who I've never given him a thumbs down until yesterday, never had a problem with him, but he chose to follow the leader, the Gypsy King, and and push his insults. I directly aimed at me. Blaze of Glory, I have no more respect for you. I print your picture on my toilet paper. How's that? That's when I think of people that make little. He thought he was on the slide, but he said fanatic far too many times, and basically called me a crazy, and yeah. Sorry, I'm not crazy. You're just an a-hole. You need to put an apology out. Serious one. Okay, now there's another Colorado hint. Let me go down a little bit. And you find these on Terry Scant if you search for Colorado. Okay, on 6/27/17. This was last year when the preacher was missing, or when they found his body or something. And he says there's no way to prevent accidents. An average of 9 people lose their lives each year at the Grand Canyon. No one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. Nobody knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. There's no place for the meek. Big, big hint right there after somebody died, trying to end the chase a little sooner by cluing people that Colorado is no place for the meek. Clearly, no one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. It, you know, I got a lot of haters that I show 40 matches of things that are in nature that match his book, and they crap on. Oh, I got to crap on every one of them. I can't believe anything. They don't believe anything I say, but they got their noses kissing gypsies' asses. Oh, geez. It was not Wyoming. Most of Wyoming's the Red Desert, and the other part's Yellowstone. He ain't been there since the 50s. He might have come in the east entrance from the Cody Museum or something at some time, being up there at a board meeting or something. But it's not in Yellowstone. It's not on a super volcano. It won't be. That super volcano is going to be a big hole in the ground in the next 10,000 years. Probably in the next 10 years, more likely. No, I don't think it's up there in Yellowstone. He boldly hinted that it says it's quote, 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 quote. No one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. He said that on 6/27/17, probably on one of them news interviews. Okay. I don't know how people get Wyoming, Montana, New Mexico out of the word Colorado when he says those. No one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. Huh. His chest isn't for sure. You know what? You don't think it's in Colorado? Zip it, please. This is about and you making your little comments doesn't erase the fact that statement is on Terry Scant, and Forrest Fenn said it. You can find it in an interview, and I don't know. See how you take that and turn it into Wyoming. That's just you know. That's what I mean. People just anything I say. We got to shit on anything Bill Gorman says. We can't believe anything Bill Gorman says because Bill Gorman found a decoy. Yep. Yeah, you know it's in Colorado, Steve. Some people aren't blind. You don't live in Colorado. So, no one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. You're not living in Colorado, so you have no understanding. You know? Jesus. The sheriff came to me and he said, I suggest when you're out there looking for the treasure that you carry your gun because I've seen 200-pound cats cross the road. Okay? 200-pound cats. I'd be more afraid of a cougar and a grizzly bear. He smells you, he's going to go away. He's not interested. They're not interested in people, you know? Because any of them that ate anybody got killed. So, There aren't any people eating grizzly bears, really. You get in their area and mess with their kids. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Wyoming. I'm not going to listen to any reasoning about Wyoming. I've seen too much evidence that it's in Colorado, and I mean, all you're doing is trolling my solve, trying to say it's not what I'm saying. You know, trolling it. I mean, um, if I was a gypsy, I'd block people like that. Oh man, this one is a communication. So someone just saw a email from 2017 from me. That's how things are slow, you know. But yeah, I got some famous archaeologists following me too, and enjoy my pictures. Um, you little amateur treasure hunters out there that have no idea what kind of symbolism there is in hiding a treasure, how you use the symbols of nature to hide your treasure. That this symbol means that, and the Spaniards had symbols and stuff, but this stuff is way before the Spaniards. So, yeah. Um, yeah, when I just read, the statement, two statements about Colorado. Well, one, that there's something in Colorado that would earn him an honorary degree in anthropology, and there's that Colorado is a no place for the meek because no one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. Exact quote off of Terry Scant. I'm not going to show you the Terry Scant because that's their copy of it, kind of, but I can read it because it's just like, they transcribed what was on TV, and it's really just a transcript of what was on TV. So, yeah, I don't see where when there's anything about Colorado is pooped on, and I mean, even they say, oh, the World War's halt ends at the Colorado state line. Well, that's where you start, dingbat, and you go into Colorado probably. Duh. He didn't say you stay in the warm waters. Hey, man, you're going into the cold waters. And down, I think, is while he's flying. And put in, maybe that's where he landed his plane. Maybe he landed his plane at Brown's Ranch and then used one of Brown's cars to go deliver his treasure. Those millionaires, yeah, you can take my car. Go ahead. Yeah, it don't matter. Keep it all weekend, whatever. What was he putting in? You put in your cart. I don't know. And then he says he took it with him. So did he actually leave it there, or did he take it with him? It's not there. Maybe. But that's going on the theory, on the proxy theory that why must I go came up with, and in my if I use that proxy theory, the proxy is the art that I've found in nature that is actually ancient ruins from Clovis culture with a giant Clovis point, giant arrowheads, and all of that. Show me one other searcher with any landscape that depicts anything in the book I have dozens. And so all of those knocking me, you're all talking crap. You don't know crap. You ain't seen crap. You don't know where Forrest Fenn's treasure zone is. And your only way to discredit me is to call me crazy. That's you must be liberals, because that's how them bastards do that stuff. You know, they'll call their opposition crazy. I'm not crazy. I just call out people that call me crazy. I call them assholes. That's it. You know, you want to be nice to me? I'd be nice to you. You're not going to be nice to me? Then you're an a-hole. And that's how it works. You know, you go pooping on people, and they're not going to like you. You know, and I'm sorry, but they're the monkeys in the zoo throwing the poop. You know, all to attack Bill Gorman, to knock Bill Gorman's solve, to discredit Bill Gorman, to put Bill Gorman down and prop ourselves up. Well, you guys ain't got no evidence, and you're all just a bunch of horses' asses. Not all. You know, there are some searchers out there. Dotson, he's on the edge. You know, he's just down the road from me, and he's welcome to come down here, and I'll show him some of this stuff. And when he sees it, he'll go, "Oh my God!" You know, I'm gonna go out there with I have a Meade LX200 telescope, 10-inch telescope, and I can see stuff all 5 miles away across the valley. You know, I can sit in one place and take pictures all around the valley. I'm going to go up to that overlook, and I'm going to get all kinds of pictures down in that valley of all the rock stuff that's miles away that I've hardly gotten pictures of. And people go, "Oh, well, it's fuzzy, it's blurry." Show me your pictures of stuff that's 5 miles away, a mile to 5 miles away. Show me your pictures, your family pictures of your family a mile to 5 miles away. And let's see how blurry your pictures are. I've gone exploring and got some closer up pictures. But like Forrest says, when he went to seeing that waterfall from the air, it was spectacular. But getting there up close, it wasn't such a big deal. Same with these ruins. They look great from a distance because of the erosion, and the distance helps blur the erosion out. You can see the larger figures. I did send you an email yesterday. Fenn Treasure Hunter. And it didn't come back. Oh. There. See? There it is. Yeah, and that's the other thing I bring up from seeing, I see the email I sent to Jimmy Dean, and I ain't heard back from him because he wanted a poster. I was going to send him a poster, or he was going to say, and I got him and 2 other people that won that last hat trick game. None of them sent me an address I've got the posters in the tubes, or I don't have an address to send them to, so they're sitting here. So, when they get around to sending me an email, or when Google and the NSA stop interfering with my communications, my email, my username means White Eagle. It's my ancestors. Where is it? My great grandmother, Mary Allen Rogers, her great granduncle was Major Robert Rogers. Where is he? He's on here. Maybe with my face, but he's on here. um, yeah, somewhere on there. He's back here, maybe. Well, thought I had him on there. I know he is somewhere. Anyhow, whew, I forget where I was going with the whole thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm descended from a lot of great people. And even Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, his great great grandfather is like my seventh great grandfather or sixth great grandfather, something like that. My is his great great grandfather is my grandmother's great 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 four great grandfather. So Benjamin Casey, Captain Benjamin Casey, uh, is a relative of mine and Mark Twain's. So that makes him my third cousin, four times removed. My grandmother's two times removed. So that means that uh, her father was one time removed, and I don't know if it's her grandmother or grandfather. Is a third cousin of Mark Twain. So she's two generations away from the her third cousin relative of Mark Twain. I'm four generations away from that person. So, but yeah, I'm descended from Mark, where I'm related to Mark Twain. Been to his house, seen his ghost at his desk. Okay. um, uh, Great, Great. Great, not grade. You never heard of great grandparents? Yeah, well, I knew my great grandparents. The one picture here is me with my father, my grandfather, and my great grandfather. We used to knock him down. Where is it? I had too many on here to find one. That's it. But there's Forrest right here, and the pedophile. I mean the desert file, and where's that picture with a? Oh, we're way over here, I think. Yep. Oh well, somewhere on there. I don't know how. Oh, it's up there, way at the top. Yeah, that one up there. That's my me and my dad, my grandfather, my great grandfather. I knew him, and his father is this guy here, who fought with the Screaming Eagle in the Civil War, and he got shot through the left shoulder with a 58 caliber mini ball. Went through his left shoulder, through the bone, shattered the bone, and went through the arm, through the left shoulder, and it came out through his right shoulder blade. It went all the way across inside him and came out. And he lay there for 3 days before a general found him. And the general said, "Give me your hand, soldier, I'll help you up." He says, "Go to hell, I get myself up. Don't touch me. I just got shot through both arms. I'm not giving you a hand for nothing." That he got shot, and there's a picture of him with another relative, because when he married her a year A year after he was released from the hospital, he spent a year in the hospital and survived gangrene, but he married Mary Allen Rogers, and she was a cousin of the guy that he served with. Um, and so then the picture of him, my great great grandfather, he's with a cousin of mine in the Civil War picture. Um, there's the picture at Vicksburg here with the American flag and stuff. I colorized it. Oh, we got to show you closer, huh? Up here. Ooh. Oh, right there. So, yeah, this is my great great grandfather right back here. There's me, my dad, my grandfather, my great grandfather. This is my grandfather. It's funny, I got him right next to Enki, the maker. This is my dad. Uh, that's me. There's my grandfather, my dad, and my uncles. Here, oh, this is my ex's asses. She had two asses. uh, yeah, Bill, you can send unclaimed items to me. We can hold an auction on eBay. Yeah, like I'd like to auction off that Model A cowl. You know, that's definitely Forrest Fenn's because you see, it's in a meadow clearing that the wood is the word wood cut out of the forest, and that cowl was in the D of wood. Another camper there told me that the rest of the car is up on the other side of the road, up the hill along a telephone pole line. And so somebody took that cowl off of that Model A or Model T or Model B or Model C or whatever, and moved it into the D of wood. You can't get Wyoming out of that. You can't get Montana out of that. He says in the book, or where he says, if I could find, or if my father was trying to find a substitute for the car in Montana. That's the substitute here. All of these substitutes are much closer to his home in Santa Fe than they are Yellowstone. The people that are looking in Yellowstone say he wouldn't. Colorado's too far to drive. Some people don't see how ridiculous their search is. Oh, those. Well, if they think that my hint that Hoboken means that it's at Hoboken, then whatever, you know. But it's you find these memories are written in the stone in Colorado. The helicopter from Vietnam, the waterfalls, the cliffs, the escarpment. He called, the escarpment. It's a cliff. There's a hill goes up to the base of and then it's straight up, And so he went and he ended up against that escarpment, And so he was up there waiting for and the helicopter could see him up there, but there's, trees and whatever. So, it's the same type of area. They're big, beautiful trees. I see these people in New Mexico, and all you see is barely trees, just sagebrush and desert. And he said it's not in the desert. So, and he says, no one knows the dangers that lurk in the mountains more than those living in Colorado. And Colorado isn't no place for the meek, but he's hinting that no place for the meek is in Colorado. It was right after somebody died. It was an effort to try and shorten the search. Oh no, he wouldn't do that. No, he wouldn't. No, no. I couldn't hear Bill. My head was in my butt. You know, I got a lot of my critics can all kiss my gypsy's ass. Yeah, and if you go to the Fred Harmon Museum, right out in front when you're driving in, there's a gypsy wagon right there. Gypsy wagon with the big, the Conestoga wheels no, I think they got tires on them actually, maybe. I'm not sure, but it's one of the wood ones. It's not a Conestoga covered wagon but it's still a gypsy wagon. And then you find the gypsies right across, right up on the mountain face across from the main entrance to the home of Brown. And I say main entrance because when you go to the home of Brown, you'll see gate 28, gate 27, gate that's the home of Brown. I mean, if you're going to go for the big fish, go for the biggest fish. He's the biggest brown you'll find. He's the big fish. Yeah. Anything else I should bring up? That was I had to do this because my search, and I searched Terry's Camp for Colorado and found those two great hints. Why would a Colorado college need to give him his PhD on anthropology unless he had a site in Colorado that he was researching, digging on, checking out? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this area. There's a reason it's there. This is where the Mammoth Sherpas took people over the mountains. Their canoes could only go so far. They got out of their canoes and loaded the canoes on the Columbian mammoths, and the Mammoth Sherpas took them over the mountain to the other river. Yeah, he was here. He was here, probably here with his dad. I've been across that 67 that goes from the Pecos or the Brazos to 285 across there past Hopewell, and I searched around Hopewell and all. And that forest there is nothing like the beauty of this forest. You come up here and people thought my pictures were taken up near Yellowstone and stuff. They questioned it. No, it's Colorado. It's a substitute because it was too far to drive up there, so he came up here. And thinking that there's some magic line that says that's too far to drive at the Colorado border is only somebody, a searcher with anal rectitis, or cranial rectitis. That's what it is. Yeah. You want to knock me, call me crazy. You call me crazy, it just triggered me to call him an a-hole. Hey, Jimmy, I sent you an email. I never got an address or anything to send you the poster. If you're down here, I'm camped off of 160 between Del Norte and Monte Vista, where the old Spanish Trail, and I'm about 3/4 of a mile down the dirt road. Can't miss me. The sheriff came out here one night when I was here the last time, knocked on my door because I got this 15-foot long blue light underneath my awning out there, and I had it on in the middle of the night, and people going down the highway were calling the 911 and reporting a UFO. So yes, I'm the alien recoverist, and thanks, Bill Blackwell, for getting yourself a Fanatic cup. I made a whole $1.70 on it. I use that stuff for credit for my T-shirts and pay for my cup. I've sent them way more money than they've given me. So did I? Let's see what other comments I might have made on my page. Um, lately, oh, I may have made one about the. He says, I did hide the treasure in a place that is dear to me. Okay. Now, what kind of place might be dear to him? How many coincidences do I have to show you? You know? How many? That's the Nazca of Colorado. And I was thinking that's what one thing they could call it Nazca, but then people would get them confused. So I think they call them the Mammoth Temples, the mule deer. Yeah, yeah. Well, then mule deer is still a deer, and you know the transcript says DEAR, but it was he said the word deer, and so we don't know if he was saying the word deer as in my dear, so and so, or shoot that deer. Which deer did he actually say? But they printed the deer that was appropriate with the thing, not and not catching the DEER that he was actually saying. He was saying DEER, but they transcribed DEAR is what I'm saying. I did hide the treasure in a place that is dear to me. I thought he had said that a little different, and I was looking up because he could have said it another way that would have big X on it. Big X marks a spot on it, because deer is that, and the other one would have been. So, even my darts are golden. I got my family tree, my Gorman. The Gorman thing is the lion just like that with the cross and three swords, and this is a common dart flight. It's got my. Oh yeah, I was talking about my one of my other ancestors. Is all both my dad's mother and his father are both descended 9 generations back to, or 10 generations, 9 generations back to John Hopkins, who came on the Mayflower. One of my grandparents is descended from his daughter, the other is descended from his son. But in their family trees, I'm related to Captain Sedgwick, who Sedgwick, yeah, I got a bunch of them back there. Captain Avery and Captain Sedgwick. Their families were close together because I'm related to both of them through a couple of lines of my family, and they were in the colonies in the right after the Pilgrims, but Captain Avery is mentioned in the movie Treasure Island. I gotta go. I got somebody at the door.